with a lot of these things, a lot of extra exposure, do, do you guys really want to have kids like in the future generations? Like, do you see like is that a
Oh.
good choice?
वो कहते हैं ना कि hate is so easy to seep in, whether you're talking about propaganda like this or even political propaganda for that matter.
Random WhatsApp jokes and forwards that have been existing since the before WhatsApp existed as well. Your dad randomly saying like, "अरे हम तो जोरू के गुलाम हैं." I'm like, no bro. When did you become जोरू का गुलाम? No, you are not जोरू का गुलाम. एक बार आपको खाली प्लेट रखने बोल दिया तो जोरू का गुलाम नहीं बन गया.
We were talking about, but he was bullied, you know, so that should discount of the behavior.
Why do you think Adolescence is a show being talked about so much right now? It is such a unique and different show. इतनी बात क्यों हो रही है? मतलब ऐसा तो क्या ही है?
Okay, I think I'll start. Uh, I watched Adolescence because it's been all over the internet, and all the directors that we look up to, Karan Johar or like actresses like Alia Bhatt, everyone's been putting stories of it, posting like took out the time to actually put a post on their feed. Like, so I wanted to see what the entire jazz was about. Honestly speaking, as someone who's growing up in the current era of what they show, I mean, like, there's no spoiler because everyone has watched it in the same kind of environment as that kid in the show has grown up, it was not very surprising to me. It felt like, oh, this I've seen, oh, this I know, this happens. Yeah, like it's very common. But for people, I mean, like people who have young kids and are from a different generation, I understand why they are very worried about what is happening around and how much you can lose control over your kids, even if you want to have something on them because of the fast moving generation, that you can say. And I feel like this show got the hype because it was like a slap on everyone's face as to what kids are being impacted by the content that they consume over the internet.
I also watched it because I think I had seen Hansal Mehta's post on the show. Okay, like it's so well written, and also the entire hype around it's a single shot. I mean, I felt like that particular aspect of it. Oh, there are no breaks, there are no edits and everything. That was still the least interesting thing about that show. ये हुआ था कि yes, I'm aware of a digital space where men are talking like this, but still I was not really aware of that kind of a vocabulary when it comes to red pill or the manosphere and all of those terminology. So I went back, I looked it up and was horrified to do so. But I think what stood out to me most in terms like from a film aspect of it was how well the characters were written and how the things unfolded. I mean, the third episode with the psychologist is absolutely mind blowing. And when it comes to the idea of teenagers just living in a world, abhi kya ho raha hai? They are being thrown with so much information, with so many reels and so much content in an age where they're already so here and there. So I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who's also an educator, who's like, why it's kind of caused panic with us also, like as to what can we even contribute? Because a so-called ban on a digital space is not a solution. It just makes it more dysregulated.
You brought up the third episode of with the psychologist. Honestly speaking, I was scared looking at the guy and the way that he was answering because it like I felt like I was in the room looking at them having the conversation, and it was quite intimidating that a 13-year-old boy can do that to me.
This particular aspect, I was because I watched Adolescence, I kept getting like a lot of reels related to it. So there was one where people were talking about, but he was bullied, so that should discount of the behavior. Like Katie was not a good person, and hence his reaction, as if it's a reaction which needs to be justified, not taking into the consideration that he made a very predatory move. You're talking about him being bullied, but he said, I'm going to ask this girl out because she's had such a scandal around her that she's going to be vulnerable. She's going to be feeling bad about herself, and hence she will say yes to me. That's why I asked. And he was mad. Even at such a vulnerable point, how could you reject me?
He in the conversation also he tells like I could have done a lot more, but I didn't. I just like did
Yeah.
this. So that was such a trigger for me because I know a lot of guys at in my school at the age of 13 who thought that they could have done a lot more with a lot of girls in the school just because they think that kya hi hoga, what can they do? They're very vulnerable, right? What max to max will go tell their parents or like school. I don't think anyone's really scared of it. And that's the kind of, if at 13-year boys have that kind of awareness or like the courage to do things, I don't think at 2026 grown up like will have that at all. Like quite
Yeah.
relatable to me. And I have a lot of cousins growing up in the US in the same culture. So when they come and talk about it, I'm like, oh, okay, nice. Not
Yeah.
nice, but yeah, good to know that this is happening. I keep telling their parents, like, this is what is happening with your kids. Keep an eye on it. Like, safeguard your daughters a little bit.
Baapre. With with my sister, no, like she's 17. So she's also on Instagram and everything. But this entire like incel manosphere conversation or discourse hasn't really seeped in her and her friends' algorithm for some reason. It's not affected. And it's also true, like in terms of like a lot of Indian teenagers, the discourse is different. हमारा culturally काफी problem आ जाता है.
Guys, what did you think? Soumya and Namaya.
I personally think that it gained popularity because of two things. First is the relevant topics that it took, and I'm closer to that generation. I think in between amongst you guys, uh, because I have seen this, I have grown with this. Not Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate part came later in life when I almost crossed my teenage, when I entered my college. But this manosphere thing, this masculinity thing, it is quite relevant in young hormonal teenagers. They're very insecure about you know themselves or their whole thing, and the Andrew Tate thing just exploits them. And with parents being ambitious and stuff, not even ambitious, but they kind of remain like absent and they don't check on the kids. And they might not really be aware of the side effects that the phones might have, the Instagram accounts that might have on the kids. Also, the format in which it is shot, a single take, and it has four different aspects of this whole case, and they have dissected it into four different parts, and it covers it so beautifully. Like, I just love the fact that it is not a film. It is a mini series which covers four different aspects. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour.
So for me, when I first heard that, so like I have seen a lot of work of Stephen Graham before. So I know he has done a lot of good works, and his last movie was The Boiling Point, where the director himself like tried to shot it in a single take. So this idea of single take came from that. In the third episode, yeah, third episode was the most brutal one, right? So I don't know if you guys might have picked that bit about the sandwich. When the psychologist initially comes with a sandwich in her hand, she asks Jamie to have it, right? So that shows like in the initial stage when she enters the room, she has hope about Jamie that something good will come up, or he will try to understand something, or they will have a fruitful discussion about, at least she will some positive thoughts in her mind. But towards the end, I mean, after whatever has happened, she just like doesn't even want to touch the sandwich itself, right? Just because Jamie has touched that, or he tried to eat it.
The thing is that the third episode really shook many
Yeah,
people. Like seeing that
correct.
grown break down, and
Yeah.
especially, point where he's asking ki, it must be so embarrassing for like being
Mm,
affected by a 13-year-old.
yeah.
I mean, I, as a 24-year-old, watching that show so far away, I almost got like, okay, my God, take this person away. So I am curious to know, like, drawing from your experiences, whether it is with you or with your friend circle, how did it, like, how do, what did a lot of conversations between your friends looked like, or like especially dealing around rejection, because अपने Indian schools में तो बहुत होता है this idea of proposal,
Yeah.
कि, oh, going to go propose to this girl, and then she said yes, or she said no, and it's a entire thing.
To what you're saying, because I also had this in my mind. I thought because I wanted to get a guy's perspective on it. As girls, of course, we're scared, so we want to know, like, we know what discussions that we have. But I want to know, like, in school, when you were in the 12, 13, 14, 15-year age groups, did you also somewhere think that it was okay? I mean, I'm sure you must have grown out of it and, like, matured in your heads and all of that. But did it ever occur to your head and it felt normal at some point? Because everyone around you was also talking the same things and felt it was normal.
So about rejection and stuff, I don't know where it came from childhood or something. It was not much a circle thing, but I personally think it was a personal thing that uh, I used to fear it a lot. I still feel it. It did not manifest into hating somebody, but it manifested into hating myself more than anybody else. I felt a bit fortunate to be born in the era I was born in because of the closeness between the things that you know that happen in the conversations till now I'm in college third year. People talk about Andrew Tate with a sense of admiration. They are like, oh, this guy knows business, this guy knows how to deal with people, and I'm grossed out by it, of course. But the majority in my college, they admire him. It starts with business content, I guess, but it grows into this whole concept of being a man.
No,
So
yeah, sorry to interrupt. I wanted to say this. Like, you might not know the current ongoing terms like red pill or incel or whatever, but all of these have also always existed. Like there have always been situations where a guy comes and like tells the girl that I like you, and when the girl says no, maybe not physically attacking them, but they always have gone around and say, oh, she's very easy, or like always have come to a very character shaming part of it. It's just that in this series, the girl also actually retaliates back and like does some online bullying and all of that. But I feel like the terminology has come up as Gen Z or whatever you might call it, but this has always existed. It might have been brought out in a very different terminology, but this has always existed. And if
Yeah.
anything, all the girls I know have at least gone through it, at least on a 10% scale. I actually want to ask all of you guys this question because it has been in my mind that with a lot of these things, a lot of extra exposure, do, do you guys really want to have kids like in the future generations? Like, do you see, like, is that a
Oh.
good choice? Like, why would you want to bring them into this world and torture them? And, or saying this, I'm a very baby freak, so I'm sure I will have them in my future.
We should all like collectively stop.
So I had some things to share. First thing is that I have not watched the show.
Oh, shame on
So
you. Shame on you, Sankalp.
I know I'm a Sigma male now, bro. I don't watch shows like this.
Ooh.
Anyway, so I just wanted to share two, three instances that are coming to my mind. I remember watching Ye Jawani Hai Diwani growing up, and like that guy in that film throughout just kept behaving in the most absurd ways possible, and just क्या बोलते हैं, went like easily, like nobody held him accountable for what he said. I found it very cool. I found it like, okay, bro, this is the thing. This is how you talk. This is how you like. He's meeting this girl for I know the first time, bachpan mein they were in the class, but like after such a long time, one of the earliest conversations they have when they're on the trip is uh, क्या बोलते हैं, चलो उस पेड़ के पीछे मुझे ट्विंस करने भी आते हैं and all of that. And we are like, oh, I don't mind him, yaar. Like he's just being funny, he's cute and all of that. I wouldn't say in that intensity, but bits of that did flow into my personality in the manner in which I was talking to girls. These are my classmates. I did not have the balls, honestly, to say these things upfront because if I did, I knew I'll get a tight slap. And secondly, I probably didn't even mean it under se. But because it's supposed to be cool, because it's a time when social media is sprouting. I'm from the I'm talking first half of 2010s, like 2013 ish, 14 ish, when Facebook Messenger is a big thing and all of that. So I remember the way I was texting some people, and very soon realizing, oh God, what am I saying? Is this how I talk? Is this not me? And just till today, if I feel like if I meet those few girls of my class, I'll still say sorry, even though they wouldn't remember it. Even if they do, I don't want them to. It's not about me as such. It's, I mean, of course, I feel very bad that I had that phase. But even the fact, yeah, something it can stay as a germ in that person's mind. Ki there was this guy in my school or whatever it was, and who just talked like that, and there's no accountability for it. So that one bit is, from what I understand, the flow of the theme we're talking about and the show as well. And secondly, even the aspect of villainizing girls. Uh, Again, a pop culture reference of a film like Pyar Ka Panchnama and the sex sequel as well. I used to really enjoy the films and be like, "Arey, isme kya hai? It's all right," and all of that. And for a long time, I was like, "Fun, theek hai, whatever." But if today I watch it again, some scenes I realize it's so carefully crafted for you to feel that these girls are villains, and the way it's crafted, what it's the way it's intended to make feel ki as a teenager I'm feeling like अरे लड़कियां तो ऐसी होती है ये तो मैनिपुलेट करके रखती है पैसा खा लिया उसका उसका ऐसे कर लिया उसका वैसा कर लिया and in soft phase that starts coming up in your mind and then you make two and two together when you start hearing uh, like these random WhatsApp jokes and forwards that have been existing since the before WhatsApp existed as well. Your dad randomly saying like, "Arey, hum to Joru ke gulam hai." I'm like, no, bro. When did you become Joru ka gulam? No, you are not जोरू का गुलाम. एक बार आपको खाली प्लेट रखने बोल दिया तो जोरू का गुलाम नहीं बन गया. मतलब I'm exaggerating. That's not what always happens at my place. I'm not telling that, but I'm giving an example. Like these husband-wife jokes about तुम तो बंदी बन गए शादी हो जाएगी ये हो जाएगा. So it that and the villainizing just clubs together to make you feel like collectively women are something off. And one final thought, I have been looking at these couple of articles from very reputed newspapers, news online news portals, which are talking about this because now you can find these hyper specialized, hyper focused your interest groups, so, digitally speaking. डिस्कॉर्ड पे ले लो जहाँ पे एनोनिमिटी रह सकती है, टेलीग्राम पे ले लो या फिर आप इंस्टाग्राम पे भी ले लो. इंस्टाग्राम का अभी एल्गोरिथम इज प्रॉब्ली रीचिंग एज गुड एज इट इज फॉर टिकटॉक. बिकॉज टिकटॉक में क्या होता है, आप एक रील देखोगे, एक टिकटॉक देखोगे तो सारे उसके अराउंड ही आते हैं फिर. सो इंस्टाग्राम इज ऑल्सो कैचिंग अप विद देयर. नाउ दैट यू वॉच अ कपल ऑफ रील्स, द नेक्स्ट वंस आर अबाउट दैट ओनली, अबाउट दैट थीम ओनली. सो आपको रेड पिल ही आ रहा है. सो यू आर कंज्यूमिंग content in a way that is constantly feeding you what you want to receive. So these all things today are making it tougher and tougher. And with these films that are theoretically superimposing reality के ऊपर चीजें जैसे like an animal में कर रहे हैं, इसमें कोई जरूरत नहीं थी. Was trying to make a strange point, and all of this is giving words to already existing thoughts that people have, especially young people.
Like you referred to Pyar Ka Panchnama, na? So that like what outlook you had after that? Ki, acha, this is how. Personally, like for me, what had happened is an older like cousin of mine had shown me that, and my takeaway from that was these girls are horrible. Okay, I never want to be like this, and hence I will never have that kind of a tantrum or that kind of "Okay, I want this or I want that." Now, what that resulted in is me not being able to express my needs or be able to confront somebody if I'm actually upset because I thought I am being that person.
It's actually very well put, because I don't know, like there used to be a narrative, now I'm sure it's changing, but oh, I'm not like all the girls. Like
Yeah.
I am one of the boys. Bro, I used to be that. I used to have 10 guy friends and I used to keep telling, oh, you know what, I'm one of the boys, like no drama in my life. But you should know, boys are the most dramatic people you can meet ever. Once they throw a tantrum, that's the
Have
end
you
of.
seen after a cricket match, this man will refuse to talk to me for 4 days if it's not gone his way. Talk about drama.
I mean, like, yeah, like the level of like you being compared to a woman has always been less, but if you're like doing things as great like a man, this is like very said, like too much spoken about, like, oh, don't run like a girl or play like a boy, throw a catch, like all of this as a kid only you're like getting it in your head, and it's only a matter, it's like very easy to put things into people's heads. Forget about a grown up, like a baby, like they will be what they've grown up around, right? Like just
Yeah. And that's why there is a conversation, na, ki when we are talking about misogyny, um, it is about hating women because anything that you find associated with women, you are looking down on. And with respect to adolescence, also, the way it came out when that boy is like, I didn't do anything wrong. He didn't say, I didn't kill her or I didn't stab her. He said, I didn't do anything wrong. As if that rage is very valid.
yeah, I
Like
mean, and
that.
episode 4, I mean, till episode 3, it's about the guy, the thoughts, the reflection of it. But I felt like episode 4 was a conversation to parents. Like, even if your kids turn out to be a certain way, you should not take up the entire responsibility for it, because it's only a certain part of their life you can control. Felt like a reflection on, even if so many things happens, there's only certain part of it you can like talk about or like have a control on.
That it is exactly that. It is a mirror to the society, and the way it is done through a single take, it makes it more palpable. That you instantaneously feel what the characters are feeling. You do not get time to breathe. You breathe with the characters. That is the power of the show. I don't think that if the show was shot in the normal format, which was, you know, in a traditional single camera setup, then it the writing would have changed. And when the writing would have changed, the format would have changed. And it would not have been as impactful as it is right now. My favorite episode personally, it was the fourth episode. Because this is not just a story of about misogyny, it is a tale of four things. It is a tale of neglect, it is a tale of society, it is a tale of how the internet shapes society, it is a tale of, you know, basically our society के बारे में है. And more than it being a take on Andrew Tate or the Red Pill Blue Pill content itself, it is more on the rapid changing world that even the parents can't comprehend.
Yeah. Like, how can parents protect their children when they don't know what to protect them from? So it's that aspect when they say na ki we should have asked what he was doing when he was on his computer. And even towards the end, there was so much onus on the mom to make sure that the family is functioning fine, as if she's going through so much emotional labor to make sure ki, like everyone's fine and the dad is fine and everything. And lastly, I just wanted to say that I was talking about this with a friend of mine who's an educator, and we kind of also came to this idea of um, how do we tell teenagers which adults to learn from? Because in Indian culture, the way that we've raised our kids, we've absolutely discouraged kids and teenagers using their rationale when it comes to talking with adults. Like, अगर किसी adult ने बोला ये करके आओ और कोई बच्चा बोला लेकिन I don't know, this doesn't seem to make sense, they're not provided a logical reasoning, they don't listen because I'm an adult. How do you expect that kid to morally realize that what an adult like Andrew Tate is saying is not correct, right? Because you've suppressed logical reasoning with that child.
I feel like the more, I mean, a lot of people are starting to have feminism conversations where, they're trying to like get in that, oh, we are also same levels of societal standards, equality, basically on those lines. But some misogyny is so powerful that it somehow finds a way to get into kids' minds. And I don't see that we're getting away from
Yeah.
Like people are put into boxes. Men do this, women do this. And from the time that you start reaching that age where, तुम लोग का थोड़ा थोड़ा मूछ बढ़ रहा है, या your secondary sexual organs are, getting matured or something, you tend to, say that, oh, I might fit into that box. I am now nearer to this box. Let me seek for ways to fit that box more correctly. Nobody listens to the kids.
Yeah. वो कहते हैं ना कि hate is so easy to seep in, whether you're talking about propaganda like this or even political propaganda for that matter. Ki it cradles you, and that's why it comes so naturally to you. But love is so difficult to get people to do that. Ki bhai, look at it, because it's difficult and it tests you. That.
And I wanted to say that when I watched the show, I felt like it was blah. Okay, good. Like it's not, that doesn't need that much hype. But I'm just realizing as we have this discussion, or like when I'm like looking back at feedback, like nothing on that sort is coming. Because in my head, I'm still able to remember every scene in the appropriate sequence. And now I realize how powerful the show was and why people connected to it in the first that they did.
It's true. But even I saw it, I was like, what? It's only the reflecting on that show that gets you back to shit that is so close to you that you realize, oh, damn, that is why it is.
On an end note about adolescence, like I had a last point. So Radhika made a like really good point towards the end. So the only way to like come out of the box, which Amaya also said, like about the box thing, right? So personally, I think is like it's not a new thing or unique thing that I'm trying to say. It's like the main thing that the small students or the small age group can try is like try to do questioning everything, which is generally put down, right? When the teacher doesn't know the answer, or he or she doesn't even want to try to give that answer in the next class or anything, right? Later after the class. So what they will try is, I think it's the biggest crime in the world to like put down the curiosity of a child, right? Because that's where everything comes out of. And it's like when someone deviates from their path, right? When you don't like, for example, it says Zemi. So he's in a place where a lot of things are coming into him, and he doesn't know what is right and what is wrong, right? Like he knew the incel stuff was okay, but killing someone is not wrong. Like how is that valid, right? So personally, I think is like for me, what helped the most is like art. Like will get me back into the line. Even if some weird thought comes into your mind, right? If I watch a film, good film, or I read a book, right? Then it will take me into the line. Next day, I won't be that person deviating from my path, right?
And that's the thing. See, films are often reflection also why it's most important, why people try so much to seep things into education, both propaganda and people who are trying to
Yeah,
change it. They try to
correct.
go back to the roots, because at the end of the day, that shapes things like anything. And
Hmm.
when it comes to women characters, even mothers who are represented in the in this thing, it's only one identity of those women na ki matlab
Yeah,
mother
correct.
hai itna
Yeah,
zyada ki as if this
yeah.
mother cannot be any
She will
other aspect. So
she
it's
will
often the
sacrifice for
idea
others.
of
Yeah. Hmm.
often it's the idea of the fact ki it's not basically lack of layered characters, whether
Yeah,
it's
correct.
men or whether it's women, especially with women, because they don't know what to do. ऐसा लगता है उनको पता नहीं है कि मैं क्या करूँ इसका.
Yeah.
A lot of
ऐसा.
people confuse um feminism, like if you're someone who believes, or I mean, everyone should, but if you're someone who advocates feminism a lot in your life, and then you expect someone to like like do polite things for you, chivalry basically. They're like, oh, you are an equal, right? Why don't you do it yourself? Come on, like you can do this. Why do you need someone helping you? I'm like, dude, they're
ये
different.
वाला डिबेट तो खत्म ही नहीं होगा, कभी नहीं खत्म होगा. 4 रातें निकल
Yeah.
जाएगी and it will just like unnecessarily keep going. Like the amount of rant I have for this kind of this thing also, goodness.
ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार मेरा इंतकाम देखेगी.
Yeah, that's the thing when I say cliched, right? When you are talking about something feminism, you don't say the word feminism itself. You show through your writing or through the scene itself that this is what equality looks like.
In
You
films,
don't throw you
yeah,
don't throw the
right.
words. You don't throw equality and all this kind of, that way it will just push someone's mind into that other way. You show them it, like that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
थोड़ा सा सोसाइटी से थोड़ा हटके, filmmaking and writing wise, what are your takeaways? Like, why do you think this show worked so well?
I think for me, because it was very subtle, that it was subtle enough for you to um, see the mirror it is to the society. Okay, this is not a boy who's shrieking, shouting, and they've not shot these police events or the conversation or the confrontation with the parents in a manner which is dramatic to a point where you would disconnect. They've tried to keep it so real in the writing. They've not tried to over explain situations. They've not tried to over communicate कि यार ऑडियंस को समझ नहीं आएगा तो एक काम करते हैं, एक्स्ट्रा डायलॉग डालते हैं. देयर आर थिंग्स विच उसने जब सैंडविच नहीं खाया साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने, उसने कुछ मन में नहीं बोला कि या वी डू नॉट हियर अ डायलॉग सेइंग कि यार मुझसे तो ये खाया भी नहीं जाएगा. कुछ नहीं था. आई थिंक राइटिंग में द फैक्ट दैट दे वर्कड ऑन द कैरेक्टर्स सो मच and kept so many things so subtle and so if you want to look at it, otherwise it's okay if you've skipped it. Um that it gave me personally, it really resonated with me.
Writing or like the filmography part of it. So I don't have much to say, but again, iterating on what Radhika said, what like I was telling, right? Like if when I come back and I think about it, the reason why it stands so powerful to me is because like I felt like I was in the room when it was happening. Like that is the kind of impact the show had on me. It felt like the dialogues that were happening. Like I mean, that's how anyone talks, right? That's how the kid talks. As a person who like has gone to a therapy at some point in time, I know what kind of questions that they ask to insinuate like the thoughts in your head or like get it out of you. So like everything felt extremely relatable to me. Like that's it, nothing else. And there was not like, oh, I will suddenly turn the camera here. I will suddenly, nothing like that. Like for a person who has completely zero idea on any of this, it felt nice to look at.
For me, I would say like mm, from the writing perspective, right? So sometimes what happens is like when you watched a film or a TV series, right? Suddenly it won't click you. Like if you give it some time to dissolve into you, right? Then you will realize, and if it is coming to you, like you are thinking about that, then you will understand that okay, this is the kind of writing that will stay inside your mind, or this is the kind of film or show long after the curtains roll, right? The credits will end, but it will stay with you. That's what happened with like classic films and TV series. So from the writing perspective, I would say is there are some of the aspects which are answered, but I will love a TV series or a movie if they are trying to like question everything. Like at the end, you won't even find an answer for the question. So I think from the writing perspective, yeah. And I think they also improvised a lot of scenes because of the single take shots. So I think that reality situation gave the writing itself a lot of depth, extra depth, which was not written in the paper, right?
Best part about the show is that more than the style and the structure and the writing of it, people are discussing the topics
Yeah,
that
correct. Yeah.
went around,
Hmm.
that I talked about in the show, and it is very difficult, I guess.
And the idea of this TV series only started from a small newspaper article itself. I watched some reel of Stephen Graham. So he was reading this article where a small child or small boy killed a teenage young girl. And then he started doing research into the stuff. Then he made use of what is going on within his surrounding, like in UK, right? So that's how the idea of this series came. And sometimes these small ideas can grow into something larger if you invest some time and try to understand the society itself. And right now, I think UK has also made this decision to make to make this series itself like include in their syllabus, right? In the school syllabus. So that's a great thing, right? And this is what I mean, like adolescence is hard hitting stuff. So even if someone is misogynistic in his mind, it will give him something, it will try to bring him towards the actual correct path, right? It's in some way or another. So yeah.